Hey there, and welcome. Today, we are diving into a topic that, let's be honest, a lot of us think about and maybe even worry about midlife. But we're going to completely flip the script on it. Let's just toss out that whole idea of decline because we're going to explore how this period is actually your strategic prime, the perfect moment for your greatest reinvention.
So let's just get right to the heart of it with this question. That feeling, that restlessness, that nagging sense that you want something more, is that a midlife crisis or is it something else entirely? Could it be your greatest opportunity, literally knocking on your door, asking you to finally answer?
And this really lays out the two paths you can take. On one side, you've got the whole crisis story. It's all about turmoil, regret, knee-jerk reactions, and this fear that it's all downhill from here. But look at the other side, the awakening. That's about reflection, growth, making intentional changes, and starting a truly authentic new chapter. This isn't just semantics. It's a completely different mindset for this pivotal time in your life. So where did this idea of a crisis even come from? Well, it's really important to get this. It is not a formal psychological diagnosis. It's a cultural story, a narrative that really took off back in the 70s. It's a script we've all been handed, and frankly, it's time to write a new one that's a lot more accurate and a whole lot more empowering. And that brings us to the core idea here, the midlife awakening. Think of it like an internal alarm bell going off. It's that moment you realize you've been following a blueprint that maybe someone else gave you, society, your parents, maybe even your younger self, and you decide it's time to draw your own. It's not about becoming someone totally new, it's about coming home to who you've always been. Now, this kind of awakening rarely just happens out of the blue. It's usually sparked by what some people call a rupture. This could be anything from serious job burnout to a major life event or even a global shock like the pandemic. These moments basically force us to hit pause, to get off the hamster wheel, and ask, wait a minute, is this really it? Is this what I want? They aren't crises to be afraid of, they're invitations to change. And there's a deep psychological reason for this urge. It all ties back to psychologist Erik Erikson's theory of generativity versus stagnation. Generativity is just that fundamental human need we all have to create, to contribute, to build something that's going to outlast us. The opposite of that? Stagnation. So you see, this desire for reinvention isn't some selfish whim, it's a core part of our development, a drive to create a meaningful legacy. Okay, so let's get to the really good stuff. This is the core of our explainer. The idea that your age isn't a weakness, it's your superpower. Seriously, we're about to look at the hard evidence that proves your years of experience give you a distinct, undeniable advantage. This is so crucial to understand. There are two kinds of intelligence. First, there's fluid intelligence. That's your raw processing power, your ability to solve brand new, novel problems. And yeah, that peaks when you're younger. But then there's crystallized intelligence. And that, my friends, is the gold. It's your lifetime of accumulated knowledge, your skills, your wisdom. And the best part? It doesn't decline. It keeps growing. This means you're not starting over, you're just cashing in on a lifetime of asset. And it's not just about what you know, it's also about how you handle yourself. The research is pretty clear. With age comes a huge emotional advantage. You get better at regulating your emotions, you recover from stress faster, and you have this crystal clear awareness of your own values. All of this adds up to resilience, the grit you need to navigate the uncertainty that always comes with big changes. It's a quiet superpower, but it is incredibly potent. All right, pop quiz. Let's bust a huge myth. When you picture a super successful startup founder, who do you see? I'm guessing it's a 20-something in a hoodie, right? I mean, that's the story we see everywhere in pop culture. But what does the actual data say? The data says this. The average age of the founders behind the most successful, highest growth companies is 45. Yep, you heard that right. Not 25, 45. That one number just completely flips the entire popular narrative on its head. And if you need more proof, check this out. A 50-year-old founder is nearly twice as likely, 1.8 times to be exact, to build a massively successful company as a 30-year-old. Experience isn't just a nice to have. In the world of high-stakes business, it's a massive predictor of success. So why is that? Well, it boils down to these four things that you just can't hack or speed up.
You've got deeper industry insight from decades of experience. You have stronger soft skills and leadership maturity that only comes from navigating real-world messes. You have a professional network that's been built over a lifetime, and often you have a little more financial stability to ride out those early bumps. So, we've firmly established the why. Why midlife is such a strategic advantage. Now, let's pivot to the how. Let's walk through a concrete toolkit that can help you turn all of this amazing insight into confident, deliberate action. Let's talk about the elephant in the room, money. Financial anxiety can be a huge barrier, but you can absolutely manage it. This breaks it down into clear, doable steps. First, calculate your financial runway. That's saving enough to live on for 6 to 12 months. That alone is a massive confidence booster. Creating a specific budget for your transition gives you a feeling of control. These aren't just spreadsheet exercises, they are tools to build your foundation. Okay, let's be real for a second. Ageism is a thing. It exists. But you can fight back proactively. This isn't about trying to hide your age. It's about framing it as a major strength. Tweak your resume to focus on your most recent relevant experience. Put your expertise out there with a blog or a portfolio, and show everyone you have a growth mindset by embracing new tech. It's about taking control of the narrative. And hey, if you need a little extra inspiration, just look at these people. Vera Wang became a fashion icon at 40. Julia Child wrote her first cookbook at 50. Ray Kroc turned McDonald's into a global empire at 56. These aren't just happy accidents. They are powerful reminders that your greatest work, your masterpiece, can absolutely begin in the second half of your life. All right, let's pull all of this together into one final, powerful action plan. Think of this as your roadmap, a clear 7-step framework to guide you on this incredible journey of strategic reinvention. See, this isn't about making some chaotic leap into the dark. It's a deliberate, thoughtful process. It all starts with deep reflection. Then, you map your assets, all your skills and wisdom. After that comes the practical stuff, planning your finances, networking, and maybe getting some hands-on experience, all while making sure you keep that crucial growth mindset. And this right here, this is probably the single most important thing to take away from all of this. Reinvention is not about tearing everything down and starting from scratch. It's about taking everything you already are, all your wisdom, all your skills, your entire network, and redeploying those assets in a new arena that truly lights you up. So that's where we'll leave it. The evidence is clear. Midlife is not an ending. It is a strategic convergence of your greatest strengths. Your greatest opportunity is not behind you. It is sitting right in front of you right now. So the only question left is, what are you going to build with it?